Lovely people. How are you today? Parisian Z here. Still in Paris and still riding, as you can see. I've got some interesting news for you today. Quite unexpected as well. I'm afraid to say, bought a car. It's a Volvo C30 with the R design kit, which makes it a bit sportier and more aggressive looking, which isn't too bad, but doesn't make it a car that a chav would have, because it's a Volvo, you know. Yeah. So why in hell would Parisian Z buy a car? Parisian Z, the great defender of all weather and all condition riding. Well, because cold weather and wet weather and crazy drivers do take a toll on one's patience. And so my patience has found its limits recently. But I've got to tell you the whole story for you to understand. I've been riding scooters and motorcycles for 4 years now, in and out of Paris, and I absolutely love it. I still love my bike, and I love the way it works and the image it gives us. And you know, let's be honest, one of the great reasons why I started riding was to get the girls, you know. Because we riders do get the girls. I mean, it's just girls are attracted to nice motorcycles. It's just the way it is, you know. It gives us a bit of a wild appearance, and if you you know, if I'm gonna be a bit arrogant here, but if you take me as an example, and you see that I sell missiles for a living, and I work quite well. I don't make too bad of a living, and you know, I add the bike. You know, it's a good cocktail. So that's one of the reasons. And for the rest, you know, it's really practical. It's fast and all that. So, but the thing is, my father has never been a big fan of motorcycling or riding anything that has two wheels and an engine, for the matter, for what it matters. And you know, he has always been kind of supportive because of the way that it's practical, and because it's quite cheap. You know, it's quite cheap. It's not cheaper than using the transports, of course, but fuck it, I'm not gonna use common transports, you know. I'm not gonna use urban transportation systems because they suck. You know, again, it's just me being a spoiled child, you know, but that's the way it is. I'm not gonna hide it, you know. And I could use the Metropolitan, and I could use the trains and the buses and all that crap. But there's no way I'm doing that. You know, let's be totally honest. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna go through all this shit and the bad smells and the hobos everywhere and the people not getting up when there's a lot of people in the cab, and you know, you need to make space. So it's just, there's no way I'm doing that. So for my father, who pays for let's say half my living expenses, it's a cheaper way of transportation, and therefore means of transportation, and therefore, you know, a good one. And this is really nice to do, so I'm just gonna have a, but there's people Hee hee. I do like doing that. Off we go. So, sorry. Yeah. Well, you know, in Paris you have fun. You have fun in whichever way you can, you know. So yeah, for my father that wasn't too bad, but he always has been supportive, but always has continued asking me every like 6 months, son, would you prefer having a car, you know? And recently I've been annoyed, really annoyed by all the people who don't look in the mirrors, by all the shit that you have to go through to go to work by motorcycle, you know. And then I realized if I had a car, you know, I wouldn't really take a longer time to get there, because I would spend more time in traffic, that's for sure. There's no comparison, you know. But I would not waste time by having to change, because for example I have to put my riding gear, and when I get to work I have to change and be in a suit for the whole day, and when I leave work I have to change again, because you can't absolutely ruin your suit and shoes because of the way you go home at night, you know. So my father asked me again recently if I wanted a car, and I chickened out and I said yes. I usually told him no, it's a bike's more practical and all that, but I ended up saying yes. So there you go. I do consider it good news, because it's a good car with good options, and you know, I'm gonna have an airbag and a radio, and I'm gonna do road trips and you know, climate control, and a fucking roof, you know, protecting me from rain, and bloody doors protecting me from assholes. So it's not a bad deal, if you get what I mean. And but yeah, let me like reassure you right now, for those of you who are interested and want me to keep on vlogging, I'm going to keep the bike anyway, you know. I'll keep the bike and the car, and I'll be riding at least every 2 or 3 days, you know, and it'll be good on the bike and it'll be good on me, because I'll definitely be in a better mood when I'm riding, and I'll definitely scream less at the people around me, because I also noticed that now I'm so tense and I'm so angry all the time. When I'm on my bike I'm angry all the time, you know. Because of the idiots that surround me, and I end up being over aggressive, you know, with people that don't necessarily deserve it. So I think this is gonna help tremendously with the anger management, you know. I wanted to get an Audi A1, which I didn't, because the salesmen at Volvo were a lot better. And I you know, I like it when a company really tries to sell their product. I don't like it when a company just thinks the product is enough for anyone to buy it, you know, and doesn't make an effort. And the guys at Volvo, I sent an email at 1 p.m. and got an answer at 1:30, you know. And it's not like they don't have any activity, but it was really nice. So there you go. I'm probably gonna do car vlogs as well, even though I said it's quite ridiculous. Sorry. And I used to live. Do you people remember that I used to live here? If one of you remembers that I used to live in this neighborhood, and actually has proof of it and shows me a video of it, then I don't know. I'll if it's a motovlogger, I'll give him a shout out. I'm kidding. No, I'm not. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not kidding. Because it's a nice and fair challenge. And if you can, that means you're really into my videos, okay? Until then, people, I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I'll see you next time, yeah? Cheerio!